Going out to get boba was probably one of my favorite things to do before shelter-in-place was ordered. It allowed me to catch up with friends, spend time with family, and at the same time enjoy a nice little treat. However, ever since shelter-in-place happened, it has been difficult for me to get my boba fix because this is going to be our normal for a while. With that, I decided to put my cooking skills to the test and make my own homemade boba and popcorn chicken from the comfort of my own home. The drink that I will be making is a classic brown sugar milk tea with boba or tapioca balls, and yes, I will be making my own boba from scratch. I know it sounds pretty intimidating, but trust me, it's actually easier than you think. So starting off with the boba, I'm just dissolving brown sugar in some water in a pan on low heat. Then once the brown sugar mixture started to boil, I added half of my tapioca starch and kept stirring it until it reached a consistency like this. I then added the rest of my tapioca starch, removed the pan from the heat, and went to a dry surface to start kneading my mixture. I kept kneading until it became a dough and eventually formed it into a giant boba ball. And then I started dividing my giant boba ball up into pieces and began rolling out each piece so that I can cut them up into even tinier pieces because I'm sure trying to devour a huge piece of boba would be hard. I then started cutting the dough like so, and once I finished, I began forming each piece into a bite-sized boba ball. After the boba balls were formed into their spear-like shape, I moved them over to a bowl and coated them with tapioca starch so that they wouldn't stick together. You can't have milk tea without the tea, so this part is pretty self-explanatory. I'm literally just steeping tea. The tea that I had in my pantry were these Lipton tea bags, but you could use whatever tea that you have. As you can see, I'm steeping my tea in mason jars, which was not really smart of me because it's literally glass. I really just use them for the aesthetic, so I recommend not doing what I did. And now it's time to cook the boba balls. I dissolved brown sugar in a pot of water, and once that was brought to a boil, I carefully added my boba balls. I constantly stirred the boba balls just to make sure that they wouldn't stick to the bottom, and I did this for about 15 minutes.
While you're cooking your boba, you can steam your face. Have your own boba facial!
After 15 minutes was up, my boba was done, and now it's time to assemble. I'm really hyper right now, so I apologize for my singing. But anyways, this is how I assemble my boba drink. I use soy milk, but obviously you can use whatever milk pleases you, whether it be vitamin D milk, oat milk, almond milk, or even goat milk. I use soy milk because regular milk makes my tummy go crazy, so if you're like me, non-dairy alternatives are okay as well. And finally, after putting everything together, here is my boba. Wait, here is my brown sugar milk tea with boba. Usually when I go out to boba, one of my favorite snacks to get is popcorn chicken. In the boba world, milk tea and popcorn chicken are the dynamic duo. It's such a perfect balance between salty, savory, and sweet. So here's how I made my popcorn chicken. In a bowl, I have my diced up chicken, and what I'm gonna do is combine all the ingredients listed under wet mixture. Don't worry, you won't get drunk off the soju. All of the alcohol content will sadly disappear once I begin frying. I'm gonna let my chicken marinate to the side, and now I'm gonna work on my dry mixture. In a separate bowl, I'm combining all the ingredients listed under dry mixture. It's important that our batter is spot on with seasonings because this is what really brings out the flavor of the popcorn chicken. Next, I'm taking half of my dry mixture and pouring it into the wet mixture until it creates a pancake-like batter. This part is crucial because this is what makes the chicken really crispy and yummy. And after that, I'm prepping my chicken for frying by transferring the chicken to our dry mixture. And once all my chicken is prepared, it's time to fry the chicken for about 10 to 12 minutes.
Frying some chicken!
After 10 to 12 minutes, my chicken is cooked, but the key rule to frying chicken is to always double fry to ensure extra crispiness. I'm also going to add some garlic cloves and basil leaves with the chicken for some more flavor. And just a trigger warning, basil is actually pretty scary to fry because it pops all over the place, so here's me being all dramatic about that.
I'm sweating!
After about 5 minutes of battle against basil, my garlic basil popcorn chicken, that's a mouthful, is finally finished.
Hold on, I gotta mix everything up. Mmm. Wait, I need to get a piece of the boba. Okay, it's too big. Mmm, but it's so chewy. Listen. Now we're gonna try the chicken.
Is that a drumstick?
With the basil